Hello. In this lesson, I'm going to discuss why you should enter the Kindle Select program, a special promotion and lending program that Amazon runs for Kindle ebooks. And I'm going to support my findings with some crude revenue analysis. First, let's look at how you enable Kindle Select through KDP. It's one of the first fields you encounter. You might need to scroll the screen backwards a little. It's in that big blue cube. See down at the bottom it says, enroll this book in KDP. You want to click that, and I'm about to explain why. First of all, what is Kindle Select? The Kindle Select is a special program that you can enter your book into for 90 days at a time that provides additional revenue generation and promotional opportunities. First, it grants you 70% royalties as opposed to 35% in India, Mexico, Brazil, and Japan. I know, big whoop. That's not a good one. Number 2, it allows you to run 5 days of free or countdown deal promotional campaigns every 90-day period. That's a big one, and I'm going to show you why in the promotional class in this series. And it generates an additional revenue by allowing readers to borrow your book through the Kindle Unlimited and Kindle Owners lending library programs. This is big. Almost half of our self-publishing revenue now comes from the Kindle lending programs. And it allows you to run paid advertising campaigns on Amazon. Once again, big whoop. And what's the catch? Okay, hold on to yourself, because this is a big one. You must publish your ebook exclusively with Amazon. I know, that's a biggie. I'd like to give you some time to recover, but I've got to move on. Here, now let's look at the cost of exclusivity. As of 5/15/2015, my wife's books were not in Kindle Select. This has a long history because Kindle Select didn't exist when we started publishing, and then later we got good readership off Amazon. So anyway, this provides an interesting opportunity for comparison. So here, just before going to Kindle Select, she was making $1,800 a month through the Amazon companies, $200 through Smashwords, that's Apple, Kobo, Sony, everybody like that. And then we published separately through Barnes & Noble and made $100 there. So if you look at all of that, her off Amazon self-publishing revenue was $300 of $2,100 per month, or about 14%. Now, let's do an evaluation of exclusivity, because soon after that, I entered Melanie's books into the Kindle Select program. So 2.5 months as of 8/31, she had been in the program. And here are some of the results. First, her sales for this particular month were 472 units or books, for which she received $706.97. But her loans were 102,011 KENPs, or basically Kindle Pages Read. And that's worth about $5.20 per 1,000 pages read. So that comes out to $524.05. In other words, the Kindle Select program generated 42.57% of our revenue this particular month. Now remember, we're trying to compensate for 14% of our revenue that we lost by going exclusive with Amazon. And as of 8/31, we're talking about 42.57% that we're generating through Kindle Select programs. Now, if that's not enough, let's update that to today. 1 year later, this is my wife's current Amazon exclusive publishing revenue. Okay, you can read it for yourself. I'm not going to read it for you. But basically what has happened is that loans have gone up slightly as a percentage of revenue. Also, our total revenue is going up slightly, both loans and sales. So if you remember, we're trying to compensate for losing 14% of our revenue. We're now generating 43.15% of our revenue through the Amazon Select program. And also note that sales revenue is up, which may be due to our weekly Kindle free book promotions, which are part of the Kindle Select program. So I know what you're probably saying to yourself. Roll back. What was that Kindle Select program again? Basically, number one is forget that. Number two here, though, is 5 days of free promotional campaigns. You can use these to generate a lot of readership into a series by giving one book in the series away. And you get to loan your book out, which makes a lot of money, coming up on 50% of our revenue. But you need to publish exclusively with Amazon. Now, that actually simplifies things to a great degree. And that's why my series on how to self-publish is so short and succinct. Now, what I recommend you do, enter the Kindle Select program for 90 days. See if you generate at least 15% of your revenue from Kindle Select enabled deals. If you do, you're probably going to beat the off Amazon revenue that you could generate. If you don't, well, remove your book from the Kindle Select program and self-publish on non-Amazon platforms via Smashwords or directly to Apple. And with that, that's the end of this lesson.